got the first question. This is your
Oh, God, I forgot.
He's helping somebody else.
Yeah, somebody asked me to ask you, Quinn Blanding, what has his change in leadership been like this offseason? Thanks, Jim.
Quinn's picked up his role of being a leader on this team. He's one of the guys that he's doing it in the classroom. He's done it on the field. He continues to be a leader, you know, in all aspects. And he's very quiet, unassuming, but at the same time, he's not afraid to take a leadership role. And so he's part of the leadership council that I've had. You know, one of the younger guys is part of that. He's doing a good job so far.
Coach, Kanan Severn saw a huge jump in production last season. How much more of a leap can he make in 2015?
Well, I tell you what, he's made a couple of leaps to get the ball out of the air during practice. He's made some phenomenal catches, and you know, with him, his ability to not only stretch the field but go up and get those balls that are high up in the air. He's made one-handed catches, as we all know. He continues to make those type of catches in practice. He's part of the leadership council as well. So that's an older guy that the expectations of him performing, he relishes the moment, and he's demonstrated that so far this spring practice, and hopefully will continue to do so as we finish up and then get into the August camp of preparing for UCLA.
A bunch of guys, Kanan's one of them actually, they just keep bringing up the word consistency as kind of the theme for this spring. How much are you guys harping on that as coaches?
It's important. It's very relative to our success, being consistent in how we play, how we execute. One of the things you talked about with the quarterbacks is being, it's when you look at them and you're evaluating them, they have to be very, very consistent. They have to be, critically accurate. They have to be able to facilitate, the run after the catch. And so there's things that buzzwords that different position groups have. We talked about the quarterbacks. We talked about receivers, going up and catching those balls that are can be contested. And throughout camp, you saw the one Jamil Kamara made not too long ago. Keon Johnson's made those catches. CJ, there's so many guys, so many receivers have made those type of catches. It's the expectation, and each position group has things that they have to do in order for us to be successful, and they're doing it right now. We need to continue that. The consistency of doing that will give us a chance to win games.
Speaking about quarterbacks, can you expand about how they have looked so far this spring?
I'd said earlier, I believe I was talking to WNIA,
Dr. J. James.
House, on Tuesday they had a bad practice, but on Thursday they responded well. In a scrimmage situation today, we'll see if that carries over. It goes back to the consistency question again, to making sure we're consistent. Whether it's Matt Johns or Grayson Lambert, even Colin Cutler will get some snaps today. So that continues to be kind of the focal point, for not only quarterbacks, for the entire team.
What does TJ add to this offense?
Well, he's got vertical speed, that's for sure. He is a veteran player that knows what everybody does on the field. It's phenomenal. He gets on the board and he talks about the protections, about what the offensive linemen have to do, what the running backs are doing. Post-snap coverage reads by the secondary on defense. So that's the type of experience that he brings. But other than that, his athletic skill and ability. He's fast. He's a vertical threat, wide receiver. Very experienced. He's assimilated well into this environment with new teammates, and he's just done a great job.
Coach, Jamil's catch. Where is he? Is that a flash in the pan? Is that a highlight of his spring? Where is he in his development?
Now, he's still got a ways to go. 2 plays before that, he lined up off sides. So it's a part of the maturation process. And obviously, there's a physical skill there, but there has to be the mental element that's going to allow him to play consistently, once again.
What's it like to have available, healthy offensive linemen in this spring after what you guys were down to in the fall towards the end?
There's still a few that are banged up. In fact, Jack McDonald just got some loose bodies taken out of his knee right now, so he'll probably miss the rest of spring. But when you look at the group as a whole, there's a lot of guys in there that played last year, and we talked about the depth or the experience of an offensive line that's played in college games is a benefit for us. And I think the MVP of that group right now is Dave Warburton, the offensive line coach. He's done an excellent job with those guys, and he's got the pelts to prove it because he's been around a lot of good places.
How much different?
When you come out of the spring, what do you hope to see? Where do you hope to see your running game?
The identity of the running game is always critical with the guys you have up front. We just talked about offensive linemen that have played in the game. watching or seeing the running backs, whether it's Taekwon or whether it's Daniel Ham or Ellis, Chatston Smith, to see, if they can also, provide the type of, running power that we need. And, with the improvement of the offensive line, the running backs I just mentioned, they'll have chances. They've had chances to do some things here on offensive, and they've done it. But Daniel Ham has looked really good, Smoke has done a nice job as well. But we want to make sure that, the strengths that we have in the offensive line as far as what we're doing, who's doing it, can complement the running backs that we have and help us be more productive in the running game.
Coach, you touched on it in the early spring, but just talk about what Coach Beatty has brought to the running game.
Sure. Coach Beatty's done a nice job not only with the running game, but the passing game. There's a collaborative effort in an offensive room. He's been a coordinator. He's called plays before. He's coached receivers. So the effort between the staff that was, Coach Fairchild and Hagan and Lewis was good. But then you add 2 additional veteran coaches that are that have been recognized as far as being very good at what they do. That only helps. And we've gotten better play from our running backs. We've gotten better play from the passing game because it's a collaborative effort from 2 veteran coaches and 2 very talented coaches.
Coach, a few of the guys said that Tim Harris is playing with more confidence this spring. What do you see from Tim?
Yeah, Tim has picked up his game. He's going to have to. He's been around here a while now. He's played in some games now. It's up to Tim what he wants to be ultimately. He has the size, the speed, and it goes back to that word consistent again about day in, play out. Being the type of guy that can be productive for us. One of the things that's helped, I know Coach West is coaching the corners, but Coach Tenuta going back to the secondary has also helped. Just as Mike Archer, being a linebacker coach for us, has helped Micah Kaiser and Zach Bradshaw. So, again, a lot of it is player driven, is what they do performance-wise, but the coaches that we have in position to do some things with these players has been a benefit for us, in the spring.
Coach, going back to T.J. Thorpe and what he brings on the offense, how about what he brings for special teams? He's a guy who's had a kick return, in his rookie season or freshman year. Just talk about that explosiveness.
Sure. He's done a great job, in the special teams element as far as the returning game. He's one of our punt returners right now. He's probably leading as a leading punt returner. We don't do much kickoff return stuff. In spring practice, we do a lot of punt work, obviously because of the 4th down situation or, the punting game in and of itself. But he lends a lot of experience to a guy that's return kicks, understands schemes. He's got the speed to do it, and we'll try to utilize as much of his skill set as we can to help us win games.
How much different does Andrew Brown look this spring compared to last year?
He's lost weight. I said before, during spring break, he took up boxing lessons. He's kind of figured this whole college thing out. He's matured a little bit. You can ask him, not that anyone wants injury or want to deal with setbacks, but him having to deal with adversity and some setbacks have put him in a position to set up to be a better player now. And he's getting all the reps, with the ones because Dante Wilkins is out of spring practice as well as Michael Moore. But he is his improvement. Now this is I want to knock on wood, but he's done a nice job thus far. He's going to need all of spring practice to get him caught up to where we'd like him to be.
Along those same lines, how nice is it to see Trey Nicholson out here and healthy again?
Same thing. Another player that has played before, started 30-something games for us, and now he's back. It's good to see a veteran player back on the back end back there. And like I said before, I think our secondary can be pretty good with who's back there. And him being back there is critically important to our success.
Is it nice, just because obviously, given what he has meant to this program, just to see him healthy again and out here?
It is. It's nice to see that a guy that again, has handled adversity, stuck with it, has become was a great teammate before he got hurt, even better teammate when he got hurt. Was a guy that people could look up to and how he handled a stack of adversity, and he's just been true to him training and keeping a positive attitude, and so now he's out here and he's running with the ones, and we're glad to have him back.
David Dean David Dean also returns to a unit that ranked 22nd in sacks. He was a big space eater for you guys last year. How important is it having a guy with that much experience coming back this year?
Well, it's always important, particularly, you know, his role is heightened even more when you lose guys like two guys like Max and Eli. And so David's got the kind of inside push, vertical push that will allow pressure up the middle. And so now our job now is to make sure we find some guys on the outside that can complement a guy that has that kind of pass rush ability.